Hey everyone, welcome to the English Mind channel. I'm Smith and I'm so happy you're here. Let's learn English together, step by step, every single day.
Hello, everyone. I'm Rihanna, and I'm excited to guide you on your English learning journey. Stay with us, Fod. Every lesson will help you grow.
Oh, wait.
What happened?
I just realized something. Do you know how many people are confused when they go shopping and try to speak English at a supermarket?
Yeah, I can imagine. So today we're talking about supermarket conversations, right?
Exactly. Welcome, everyone, to the English Mind. Today's topic is supermarket conversation, and trust me, this is going to be super useful.
And before we start, do us a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and comment below which supermarket phrase you find the most difficult to say. We really want to know.
Yes, and seriously, we read all your comments, so don't be shy. Okay, Smith, let me tell you a funny story first.
Oh no, here we go.
Stop. So last week, my cousin went to a supermarket in London. She wanted to ask where the milk was. Guess what she said?
What did she say?
She said, "Excuse me, where is the milk living?" Living. Can you believe that?
Oh wow, that's actually adorable, but totally wrong.
I know, right? The correct way is to say, "Excuse me, where is the milk?" Or, "Where can I find the milk?"
Exactly. You don't say where is it living because milk doesn't live anywhere. It's not a person or animal.
Oh, but it was so cute when she said it. The staff member just smiled and helped her anyway.
That's sweet. British people are usually very kind about these mistakes. But let's make sure our viewers don't make the same error.
Absolutely. So, everyone, when you want to find something in the supermarket, you can say, "Where can I find the bread?" Or, "Do you have any cheese?" Or, "Which aisle is the sugar in?"
Perfect examples. And notice Rihanna used aisle there. That's the word for the long rows in a supermarket where products are kept.
Yes, AISLE. It sounds like aisle, but it's spelled differently. English is crazy sometimes.
It really is. Okay, let's do a quick practice. I'll be the customer and you be the staff member.
Ooh, I love this. Okay, I'm ready.
Excuse me, where can I find the pasta?
The pasta is in aisle 5 on your left side, second shelf.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, that's all. Thanks again.
Whoa, that was smooth.
See, it's simple when you know the pattern. Now, let's talk about something really important. How do you ask for help when you can't find what you need?
Oh, yes. A lot of students just say, "Help me," but that sounds a bit too direct and maybe even rude.
Exactly. In English, especially in countries like the UK, USA, Canada, or Australia, people are very polite. So instead of help me, you should say, excuse me, could you help me please?
Or, "I'm looking for something. Could you assist me?" That sounds more polite and natural.
Right. And here's another common mistake. Some people say, I want tomatoes. That's not wrong, but it's not the most polite way.
Okay. So what should they say instead?
You can say, I'd like some tomatoes, please, or could I have some tomatoes, please? It sounds much softer and more polite.
Ah, I see. So basically, adding please and using "I'd like some" or "could I have" makes you sound more polite.
Exactly. And people will respond to you much better when you're polite.
That's true. Oh, wait, let me share another funny story.
Go ahead.
So, my friend went to a supermarket in New York and she wanted to buy some chicken, but she said, "I want one chicken." The staff member looked confused.
Oh no, let me guess. She meant chicken meat, not a whole live chicken.
Yes. In her country, they just say one chicken. But in English, if you say that, people think you want a whole chicken with bones and everything.
Right. So the correct way is to say, I'd like some chicken breast, or I'd like chicken thighs, or I need half a kilo of chicken.
Exactly. You have to be specific. Are you buying chicken wings, chicken legs, or chicken breast? You need to mention it.
And this is true for other meats too. You don't just say, I want beef. You say, I'd like some beef mince, or I need a beef steak.
Oh, yes. And for fish, you say, I'd like some salmon fillets, or do you have fresh tuna?
Perfect. Now let's talk about quantities. This is where a lot of learners get confused.
Oh my God, yes. I remember when I was learning English, I used to say, I want two breads.
That's a classic mistake. Bread is uncountable, so you can't say two breads. You have to say, I'd like two loaves of bread.
Right. A loaf is the word for one whole bread. So if you want more than one, you say loaves, which is the plural.
Exactly. And for other things like water, you say, I need 2 bottles of water, not 2 waters.
Or for milk, you'd say, I'd like 3 cartons of milk or 3 bottles of milk.
Yes. And for eggs, you can say, I need a dozen eggs, which means 12 eggs. Or I need a box of eggs.
What about vegetables? How do you ask for those?
Good question. For vegetables, you usually talk about weight. So you say, I'd like half a kilo of carrots, or I need 2 kilos of potatoes.
And in America, they use pounds instead of kilos, right?
Correct. In the USA, you'd say, I'd like 2 pounds of apples, or I need a pound of onions.
Okay, everyone, comment below. Do you use kilos or pounds in your country? We're curious.
Great question. Now, let's move to the checkout area. This is where you pay for everything.
Oh, yes, the cashier will usually say, Did you find everything okay? Or How are you today?
Right. And you should respond politely. You can say, yes, thank you, or I'm good, thanks. How are you?
And then they'll scan all your items and tell you the total. They might say, Your total is $23.50.
Or in the UK, they'd say, that's 23 pounds 50, please.
And then you can pay by card or cash. If you're paying by card, you just say, I'll pay by card, please.
And if you're paying cash, you hand them the money and they might ask, do you need a receipt?
Oh, yes. A receipt is the paper that shows what you bought and how much you paid. In some countries, they say bill, but in supermarkets, it's usually called a receipt.
Exactly. And you can say, yes, please, or no, thank you.
Okay, let's do another role play. This time at the checkout. I'll be the cashier and you be the customer.
All right, sounds good.
Hello, did you find everything you needed today?
Yes, I did. Thank you.
Great. Your total comes to 15 pounds and 30 pence.
I'll pay by card, please.
Perfect. Just tap your card on the machine. Would you like a receipt?
Yes, please.
Here you go. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You too.
Aw, that was nice. See, everyone, it's not that difficult when you practice.
Absolutely. And here's a pro tip. In many English speaking countries, cashiers are very friendly. They might ask you about your day or make small talk.
Oh, yes. They might say, Any plans for the weekend? Or Lovely weather today, isn't it?
Right. And you don't need to have a long conversation. Just smile and say something simple like, not much, just relaxing, or yes, it's beautiful.
That's such a good tip. It makes the whole experience more friendly and less stressful.
Exactly. Now let's talk about some specific phrases for different situations in a supermarket.
Ooh, like what?
For example, what if you need to return something or exchange it?
Good question. So if something is damaged or you bought the wrong item, you go to customer service.
Right. And you can say, excuse me, I'd like to return this, or I bought this yesterday, but it's damaged. Can I exchange it?
And they'll usually ask for your receipt, so always keep your receipt if you think you might need to return something.
Exactly. Another situation is asking about special offers or discounts. You might see a sign that says, buy one, get one free, or 50% off.
Oh, yes, buy one, get one free means if you buy one item, you get another one for free. In short, people say bog off.
Yes, bog off. And 50% off means the price is reduced by half.
So if something costs $10 and it's 50% off, you only pay $5.
Correct. And if you want to ask about discounts, you can say, are there any special offers today? Or is this item on sale?
Perfect. Oh, wait, what about asking if something is in stock? Sometimes the shelf is empty.
Good point. You can ask, do you have any more of this in stock? Or when will you get more of these?
And the staff might say, let me check in the back, which means they'll go to the storage area to look for it.
Or they might say, we're expecting a delivery tomorrow, which means new stock will arrive tomorrow.
Okay, everyone, quick quiz time. If you want to ask where the frozen food section is, what do you say? Comment your answer below.
Great quiz! And while you're thinking about that, let me share a personal story.
Ooh, I love stories. Tell us.
So, when I first started teaching English, I had a student from Japan. She went to a supermarket in London and wanted to buy some fresh fish.
Okay, what happened?
She asked the staff, is this fish still alive? The staff member was so confused.
Haha, oh no, what did she mean?
She wanted to know if the fish was fresh. In her language, they use the word alive to mean fresh. But in English, if you ask if fish is alive, people think you want live fish.
That's hilarious. So the correct question is this fish fresh? Or when did this fish arrive?
Exactly. And the staff will tell you it arrived this morning, or it's very fresh.
Aw, language mistakes can be so funny, but also so confusing.
They can be, but the important thing is to keep practicing and not be afraid to make mistakes.
Yes, everyone makes mistakes. Even native speakers sometimes say things in a confusing way.
True. Now, let's talk about some vocabulary that's specific to supermarkets.
Oh, yes. Like, what's the difference between shopping cart and shopping basket?
Great question. A shopping cart, which British people call a trolley, is the big thing on wheels that you push around.
And a shopping basket is the small one you carry in your hand.
Exactly. So if you're buying a lot of things, you take a cart. If you're buying just a few items, you take a basket.
And what about the word checkout? What does that mean?
The checkout is the place where you pay for your items. It's also called the till in British English or the cash register in American English.
Ooh, so many different words for the same thing.
I know. English can be tricky like that. Different countries use different words.
Okay, here's another question from our viewers, I'm sure. What if you need a bag for your groceries?
Good question. In some countries, bags are free. In others, like the UK, you have to pay for them.
Right, so the cashier might ask, do you need a bag? And you can say, yes, please, one bag. Or, no, thank you, I have my own.
And many people now bring reusable bags because it's better for the environment.
Yes, you can say, I have my own bags, thanks, and that's perfectly fine.
Absolutely. Now, let's do one more role play to practice everything we've learned. This time, it's a complete shopping experience.
Okay, I'll be the customer and you can be different staff members.
Sounds good. Scene 1. You're looking for something.
Excuse me, could you help me please? I'm looking for olive oil.
Of course. Olive oil is in aisle 3, next to the vinegar.
Thank you so much. Oh, and one more thing. Do you have any organic vegetables?
Yes, we do. The organic section is at the back of the store, near the bakery.
Perfect, thank you.
Scene 2. You're at the checkout.
Hello, how are you today?
I'm doing well, thanks. Did you find everything you needed?
Yes, I did. Everything was easy to find.
That's great. Your total is £32 and 20 pence.
I'll pay by card, please.
Just tap your card here. Would you like a...
Yes, please.
Here you go. Have a lovely day.
You too, thank you.
Perfect. See how natural that sounds when you practice?
Yes, and honestly, the more you practice, the more confident you become.
Exactly. Now, before we finish, let's summarize the key points.
Okay. First, always be polite. Use please and thank you and phrases like excuse me and could you help me?
Second, learn the correct vocabulary for quantities. Don't say 2 breads, say 2 loaves of bread.
Third, know how to ask where things are. Say, where can I find? Or which aisle is something in?
Fourth, practice common supermarket conversations, like asking for help, paying at checkout, and returning items.
And fifth, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Everyone learns by practicing.
Absolutely. Remember, making mistakes is part of the learning process.
You know what, everyone? Learning English is a journey.
Some days are easy, some days are hard.
That's so true. But every time you practice, even just a little bit, you're getting better.
Exactly. And shopping at a supermarket is actually a great way to practice English in real life.
It is. You interact with people, you read labels, you listen to announcements. It's all practice.
Oh, I'm getting emotional now. I just want all of you to succeed.
Rihanna, you always get emotional at the end.
I know, but I really mean it. We believe in every single one of you watching this video.
We really do. And remember, if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up.
Yes, and subscribe to the English Mind so you don't miss our next lesson.
And comment below which phrase you're going to use next time you go shopping.
We love reading your comments and your stories. It makes us so happy.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching.
Keep practicing, keep smiling, and keep improving your English.
See you in the next class.
Bye, everyone. We love you.